Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you about something that really helps me in my indoor gardening, and that is my Aerogarden sitting right back there. It is currently growing some tomatoes and some lettuce. That's going to be really delicious soon. So I have lived in apartments most of my life. I haven't had a lot of room to grow much of anything, but with my Aerogarden, I've been able to grow lettuce, tomatoes, a lot of kitchen herbs, and it's just really helped me advance my green thumb. I've also been able to start seedlings, just do a whole bunch of things to help me with my indoor gardening dream. And so today I want to talk to you about my 10-year relationship with my Aerogarden, and then also just kind of go over some of the things that I wish I knew before I got one, and then just some things that might help you out if you're thinking about purchasing one. So let's get started. The first thing you should probably think about is, am I going to use an Aerogarden once and be done with it? Or am I going to use an Aerogarden for as long as I can? If you are someone who has a plan to continue to grow things in your Aerogarden, then this is for you. You can, and I even have some videos where I can show you how to purchase in bulk and save a lot of money if you're planning to grow different things. But you really need to think about, because it is an investment. It's anywhere from a couple of $100s to in the upper hundreds of dollars. So it can be expensive depending on what model you buy. But just have a plan for how you're going to use your Aerogarden. And then step two is to think about how you're going to use your crops. So when I first got my Aerogarden, I got a kitchen herb pack, and I was taken aback at how quickly all these herbs grew. I had dill, I had basil, I had chives, I had all kinds of stuff, but I was lacking in cooking skills, so I had no idea how to use a lot of these things. I mean, I could make pesto, but that was about it. And then I have since learned that you can dry your herbs and save them. You can also chop them up, put them in some olive oil, and then freeze them. So also have a game plan for how you're going to use these things after you grow. So tip number 3 is to think about where you're going to put your Aerogarden if you decide to purchase one, because one of the things you have to think about is the light that comes on. You can time it to where it comes on at night, so that way when you're sleeping, the Aerogarden is hard at work growing your crops, and you don't have to deal with the light wherever you are. If you decide to set it up in your living room, like I've set it up in my living room. I did not know until recently, and I wish I had known sooner, because I'm really getting into gardening more and being able to grow different crops in my tiny apartment, so that I can have fresher foods and vegetables for me and my family. But one of the things I wish I had known about Aerogardens is that you can buy seedling trays, and they can grow up to 24 seedlings. So what you can do is you can start plants, and then you can transplant them into different pots, and actually I have a video on that if you want to learn more about how to transplant. But that is also very useful, because again, this Aerogardens aren't cheap, but if you're planning to use it to double your efforts in growing, then I think it's well worth the price. So another thing you need to consider when you have an Aerogarden in your life, let me preface this by saying that I am not by any means an exact, measured, orderly person. So when I first had my Aerogarden, I did not clean it like how I should have. I let it get overrun with roots, and the water got kind of gross, and it never smelled or anything like that. It just looked real gross. But in my age and in my wisdom, I've learned that you need to sanitize and clean this every couple of weeks. So if you are not someone who likes to regularly maintain something, then this might not be for you. You might consider microgreens. That's quick and easy, and it grows once, and you snip it off, and everything's fine. But that's a whole nother video. But yeah, you really need to clean and maintain, and make sure that just everything's running really well with your Aerogarden. Like I said, I've had it for 10 years, so it's not like it breaks down or anything. You just need to clean it for the health and safety of your plant. Something that I've also been very excited to learn about and to utilize is that you can grow anything in your Aerogarden, and you can do that by purchasing items in bulk. You use grow sponges, you use grow domes, you have grow baskets. So those are the different tools that you'll use. Oh, and you'll also need plant food. And Aerogarden does sell kits, but I have a video that shows you how you can buy in bulk and you can cut the prices in half. And so if you plan on using this for years on end, then I would highly recommend purchasing in bulk. And then you can also choose whatever seeds you want. You can pretty much grow anything in an Aerogarden. And I have a video that shows you how to grow pretty much anything in an Aerogarden. But it really is nice because you can pick what you want. And like I said, if you are planning on growing a lot and then transplanting, you can grow to your zone. So if you're in a southern climate, you can start your seedlings in here, and then when it gets past the last frost date in the spring or before the first frost date in the fall, you can grow specific to your area. So that's really helpful too. Some of the cons of owning an Aerogarden or thinking about purchasing an Aerogarden include the price. Buying it brand new can be expensive, but there are ways. Like they just recently had a holiday sale to where they made it a lot cheaper. You can purchase through, I think Kohl's also sells it, and then Kohl's has a really great program with Kohl's Cash and getting coupons back if you purchase there regularly anyway. But I was also thinking about purchasing a second one. This is an older classic model that I have, but I've seen on Facebook Marketplace that there are some models that people don't want. Maybe they got it for Christmas and they don't know what to do with it, so they're selling it for like 20-30 bucks. So that might be a place to start to get your feet wet if you are interested in Aerogarden life. And I would say besides price is really the light. You know, if you don't know how to time the light and it really is just pressing a button, just think about that light. If you like to, I don't know, sleep on the couch at night and you've got your Aerogarden out here and the lights on, that's gonna be a rough night, buddy. But I would say those are the two biggest detractors. I really love it so much. I'm not getting paid by them currently or at all or ever before. Like I've only ever owned this Aerogarden and it's been so awesome. And it's also been such a great activity that I can do with my daughter. She's 4, and so we have put together tomato seeds and the lettuce seeds and different seeds, and we've planted things together, and it's just been fun for her. And it's also a quick reward because when you're using the system, the plants grow a lot quicker. And so she's 4, she don't want to wait too long, right? So you can watch things grow quickly, and it's really exciting for her, and it's also exciting for you. So if you have any questions about an Aerogarden, please feel free to comment below. And if you currently own an Aerogarden, I would love to hear about your Aerogarden journey.